Have you ever felt that you really needed to be around a different group of people? That you needed to be with people who really supported your spirituality? Some people fulfill this by joining a particular church or religious organization. But if you're not specifically wanting to follow a specific religion, then you're wanting to look for a spiritual group that you can connect with. And it's easier said than done sometimes, especially if you live in a small community. It's really difficult to find that kind of group of people. Sometimes that's called your tribe, finding your tribe, the people you're on the same wavelength with, particularly when it involves spirituality. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Welcome to Simply Zen Spirit, and my name is Allison. And I actually had a hard time finding a tribe at different points in my life. Back in the 1980s, I was actually part of a group of people that were followers of some East Indian philosophies. And so I did have a tribe for a while during the middle part of the 1980s. And then again in 2014, I found a group of people, like minded people, who were part of a meditation group that we had this wonderful man who was kind of leading the group and really taught us a lot about meditation and in different aspects of spirituality. And so for about 1 to 2 years, I was part of that group, but eventually that kind of broke apart and people moved away. And actually, the leader of that group eventually fell ill, and he's still alive, but he cannot really function as he used to. So the thing is, and of course, I moved away from where I was part of that group. I was part of that group in Arizona, and I no longer live in Arizona. So I think part of the reason I started this channel was to really build up that sense of community again, of having a tribe. And I guess one of my hopes for this channel, I don't know if this channel will ever be large enough to be monetized or anything like that, but one of my hopes was to really build a group of like-minded people and people that were pursuing more of a free-form spirituality. And so we could connect, eventually do, like I would do live streams or something like that, and we could connect about spiritual topics. That's really one of my goals. Now, I still would like to find a group of people that I could form kind of that kind of physical community with. But that may have to wait till I move to a larger town or city, because where I live right now, there's not enough people here that are really following the types of things I'm following. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, is the importance of finding your tribe, finding that those people that will really boost you up and really encourage one another to pursue new concepts in spirituality, or really find new ways to meditate, or maybe do Reiki or different types of healing methods together. I really really believe in that, and I think it's very important to one's spiritual growth. I know it was really important to mine back about 10 years ago. So I am feeling that kind of need now, and that urge to have that community. So if any of you have that community, or you've really in search of that community yourselves, let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to know your experience about that, or what you would like to have, what you would like to find. Here's what I can tell you I gained from being part of a community like that, or a tribe like that. I not only gained spiritual support, but I also gained emotional support. We're there to support one another through all the different aspects of our lives. And so for that 1 to 2 years, it was wonderful. I had plenty of people that I could call up on the phone or talk to if I had issues about something, especially in regards to spiritual things, but even about other things. And we got together once or twice a week to do meditations, group meditations. That was wonderful. We often went out to eat afterwards. That was great. I think that's the thing that kind of pushed my spiritual spiritual journey into hyperdrive, as I call it, back in 2014. And I don't think it was an accident. You know, there are no coincidences in life. And I don't think it's a coincidence when you happen to fall in with the right group of people at the right time to facilitate your growth, whether it's spiritual growth or just growth in other aspects of your life. So I do think it's important. I think that's why I wanted to talk about this today on this channel. I haven't done that many videos to date here. And I wanted to talk about why it was important for me to start this channel and why I think it's so important to develop that community or that tribe. And as I said, I'm hoping that that will develop on this channel eventually, that there will be enough people on here to at least provide that kind of spiritual support to one another. I am a very free thinking, shall we say, spiritual person. I believe in a lot of different things. I do believe in God. I do believe in some aspects of different religions, but I wouldn't say there's one particular religion that is the one for me. That's just, I'm not into organized religion myself. But I don't discount it for other people, and other people, that may be the way to go. You know, if you really feel strongly about the church you belong to or the synagogue or whatever type of religious place it is, I think that that's great. You have to pursue what's right for you. And I really, really believe that in my heart and in my soul. And I know for me, it's been a more difficult journey because I was raised in Catholicism. I was raised in that organized religion, and part of that spoke to me, but not all of that spoke to me. And so I began seeking even more as I, reached my 20s and 30s. And so I have delved into different aspects of spirituality for probably about 40 years now, at least. I've gone on and off the path. There's been times I've been highly spiritual and meditated consistently, like I have really the last 10 years. But then before that, there's been times when I didn't meditate as much and I wasn't as much into the ideas or the concepts that I am now about spirituality. So, it's something that's really been on my mind lately and really in my heart lately about really, really craving that community. And I know before I ever started this channel, I was talking to someone and I said, one of the reasons I really feel a need to start this particular spiritual channel is I really need that connection with other spiritually minded people. I've missed it. I've missed it for a long time now. The town I live in, I moved here about 5.5 years ago, and it's not, it has traditional churches and stuff here, not enough of a community of people that follow a type of spirituality that I do, that I have really encountered in this town. Now, that could still change. You never know when you might discover something different. I know there is a center in town that does Reiki, and I have not gone in to talk to the lady that does this. I was actually trained in level 1 Reiki, but I never went beyond that in my own training. So there might be a community of people that she belongs to, and I just don't know that as yet. So, but I am feeling a strong pull towards that. I don't know how the rest of you feel. I feel like the world is going through something very intense right now, and I think that we're going to be faced with a lot of changes. A lot of changes in our social structure, a lot of changes in cultures in general in the next probably decade. And I do believe that having a strong connection with your spiritual self will help you through the difficult times ahead. Because I'm not a strict religious person, I'm not predicting anything that's out of a holy book here. I'm just saying that I do believe the world is going to go through some significant changes. And I think that the people that will deal better with that are people that have a strong spiritual grounding of some sort. And so I think that's why I'm feeling that that kind of pull again towards even more of that than I've had in the last few years. So I wanted to share that with you today, and what I think is really the need for all of us to find our tribe, whether that is an organized religion or not an organized religion and more of a free form spirituality. I do believe it's important to find your tribe. So I hope that you have found your tribe or are searching for it. Once again, I think in our lifetime we can belong to various different tribes along the way. Until next time, be kind to yourself and to others, and take care. Bye.